Nobody's ever accused me of playing pretty golf. In fact, I hit plenty of awful shots in virtually every round I play, like these ones.
Oh, come on, Adam. What are you doing? Oh my god. Yeah, didn't get it. That's so bad. That's off the golf course.
But that's not to say that ugly golf can't produce good scores. Like during this round at Eagle Falls. We're teeing it up at a manageable distance, and for the most part, today I accomplished what I truly believe are the two most important things in golf. Getting balls in play off the tee, and minimizing the errors inside 100 yards, where raw athleticism takes a backseat to precision and knowing your game. And here on one, it all adds up to a very makeable birdie putt. But even in these areas, sometimes I'll play ugly golf too. But no bother, because par is never a bad score. Like I mentioned, putting balls into position off the tee is a major factor of scoring. And this ugly swing is actually subtly effective at doing just that. My iron swing is another ballgame. One viewer once commented, it's as though my swing thought is, now flail, and he's not altogether wrong. With a better golf swing, I'd be able to take less club from this number.
Should be good.
But in this case, it's enough to get this ball on line, and near pin high. I have about 20 feet from the fringe, and I'll cozy this up, and escape with a par. It's another one in play here on 3, and thankfully even my fades are getting some extra distance in the desert sun. This approach shot is on line, but just like the last hole, it comes up a bit short, pitching and stopping at the front of the green. This is my first long lag of the day, typically the strength of my game. But this one races by the hole. And as for the comebacker, it's not my best either.
Didn't move a micrometer.
But that leads to an important aspect of scoring we haven't discussed yet. It relates to the golfer's mindset, which seems an appropriate time to talk about BetterHelp, the sponsor of today's video. Golf is supposed to be our reprieve from stress, but I know that for a lot of us, we carry our stresses right onto the course, and it negatively affects our games. And that's why I talk a lot on the channel about harnessing the right mindset to play golf. Speaking personally, I faced a serious health challenge in 2016 that almost took my life, and it was at that time that I began speaking with a therapist on BetterHelp. But stepping back, improving our mental health in life has spillover effects that help us with all sorts of tasks, whether it's mentally resetting after a double bogey, or just better managing the stress of our daily lives. For me, there were two big obstacles to speaking with a therapist. The first was psychological, because it did take a certain amount of honesty and humility to seek out help. And the second one was logistical. Finding a therapist in my network and someone who is easy for me to get to physically proved to be a major chore. And that's how I stumbled upon BetterHelp, an online therapy platform that allows me to speak with a therapist from the comfort of my home and however I like, whether it's a phone call, a video call, or even via messaging. Equally important, BetterHelp makes it easy to choose from a variety of therapists, and you can easily switch to another one at no charge so you can find the therapist that's right for you. So I can't encourage you enough to take that first step and give therapy a try. Visit betterhelp.com/notascratchgolfer or select my channel name at sign up for a special discount on your first month with BetterHelp. And thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. We've wiped the 3-putt from memory, and here on the short par 5 fourth, I start by hitting a great drive, which will leave me with some decisions to make over the next one.
So 216. Problem is it's all carry, but being in that front bunker, things could be worse. In my mind, it's kind of left palm tree over the left bunker. I'm on a fade lie.
And this time, the plan comes together perfectly.
Yeah, I think that got there.
With a lot of green to work with here, I'll get the ball rolling as quickly as possible with a bump and run with my gap wedge. It's not my best effort, and leaves me a bit of work for birdie. But this time, I get it to go.
Thank you.
I've been getting more out of my driver lately, but the extra distance has coincided with some unfamiliar misses in my game, like this one.
That's off the planet. Oh, there's grass there. 144.
And this proved to be a good time for the camera to cut out, because the result of this was an ugly squirter that at least did make its way back to the fairway. And I warned you that more ugly golf was coming today, like this shot here.
Oh, come on, Adam.
It leaves me trying to scramble, not for par, but for bogey. And this chip will still leave me with 10 or 12 feet. It's a good effort, but not quite, and we'll card the day's first double. The short par 3-6 calls for just a pitching wedge on the tee, and true to my mantra of being tidy inside 100, this one hunts down the flagstick and leaves me a makeable birdie putt. My 4th and 6th holes today.
Nope.
But I ultimately overread this downhiller just a hair, and I'll settle for par. Par 5s are typically where I make the share of my birdies.
Oh, toad it.
And even though this isn't my best strike, keeping it in play will effectively leave me with just a short par 4 from here. The great 3-wood I hit on the last par 5 is fresh in my memory, but this time, I almost top it.
It is going to work.
No bother. It's just a short iron into this green now. But sadly, the ugly golf continues. It goes to show that thins and misses don't necessarily blow up a scorecard. It's penalty strokes that truly lead to big scores. And I decide I'm not quite done with ugly golf on this hole, because this is yet another dud. Even the simple chip shots are evading me at this point. But as always, we'll wipe the mental slate clean, and even vocalize a good thought before hitting the next one.
This one's going in.
And while I don't always drain putts from this range, on this occasion, a great putt allows me to escape this blow-up hole with a double. Every stroke counts. Double is better than triple. And let's go on to 8. Where another good drive once again puts me in position to reach this green with just a short iron. But not when you do this.
Oh my god. I'm going to need another ball.
But I won't dwell on the bad shot for long. I always keep track of the number of swings that cost me strokes each round, and I know that even on a career day, I'll hit plenty of bad shots. The key is to just reset before the next one, and not let bad thoughts creep into my mind. Sure, I'm staring down my 3rd double, but the most important shot in golf is always the next one, and after some disastrous swings over the last few holes, it feels good to hit this one well and plop it on the green.
Yeah, a little short, but putting.
The long putt for bogey is off the mark, so I'll clean this one up and just accept another poor hole leading into 9. And wouldn't you know it, it proves to be my best iron swing of the day. And we'll close the 9 with one more look at birdie, my 5th in 9 holes, and 6th if you include the putt from the fringe on 2. It comes up a bit short, and I'll settle for par. But despite a fistful of greens hit on the front, 3 blow-up holes did kill the scorecard a bit. But like I mentioned, I won't let it ruin my day. The back 9 presents plenty of opportunities to score, including 2 drivable par 4s. So let's just reset once more, heading into the back. Which starts with one of the harder holes on the back 9, playing straight into wind today. But another drive in play is a good start.
182.
And I learned long ago that this game isn't about ego. Sure, many players with similar handicaps to mine may hit a long or even mid-iron here. But I'm taking my 200 club, so I don't have to swing out of my shoes to get it there. And I'm thrilled to have a birdie putt here. The flat stick has run hot and cold today, and it's hard to judge how this one actually did, because it gets a kiss off of Kevin's ball as it approaches the hole. And in any event, I'll clean it up for par. 11 is my favorite hole at Eagle Falls. It's just 250 yards, and if you take a line at the front right of the green, it's only about 225 to carry the waist area. And lucky for me, today I hit it right at my target.
Get a good kick there. Oh, it did get a good kick. Okay.
This should be a pretty straightforward up and down for birdie, but this chip isn't my best and rolls out to 10 or 12 feet. As for the birdie putt,
Hold it. Going anyway.
on to stroke hole 2. It's a long par 4, but playing one up the left side does shave some yards off the hole. I'm trying to hit a high draw starting at the middle of the fairway,
Toad it.
but I catch this one a bit high and on the toe. I'm lucky that it stops on the cart path, but my only option here is to try to hack one back to the fairway with a wedge. And lo and behold, ugly golf appears again.
It was 146.
It's another drop off the cart path, and I actually once again missed recording a shot here, so I'll hit another one here just for the video.
And that kind of went to the same place the first one did.
Funny enough, it wound up almost right beside the first one. And now I'm hoping to scramble for a bogey. My expected score on this hole is a bogey anyhow, and after a good effort here,
Yeah, that was good.
I'm just fine with this result, after a terribly played hole. As always, I'll just put the bad shots behind me, and here on 13, I hit a great drive hugging the right side of the fairway, leaving just a wedge in.
Oh, I chunked that.
It's not the best contact on the approach either, but a generous slope does see this one find the green. It's a downhill breaker, and at this point I think it's missing low. And we're finally starting to erase some of the damage from the front nine.
Didn't think that was going to go in.
With lots of fairway bunkers in play on this short par 4, I'll opt to take them out of play with a 3-wood. It's not my best strike, but it is safe.
Okay, the video doesn't pick it up, but I'm side hill, downhill.
And I struggle to make solid contact even on the best of lies. And I guess it should come as no surprise that here, I do this.
Yeah, didn't get it. That's so bad.
But let's stay tidy inside 100. The goal is to never make more than a 3 from here. And this one works out even better than I drew it up.
Thank you.
And I'll escape with a par. With the score back in check and another drivable par 4 here, my eyes are wide open. It's another solid drive here, and I'm hoping it may even reach the green, but ultimately it comes up about 20 yards short, which is fine. These are the shots I relish. As I mentioned, I like to get shots like these rolling as quickly as possible. I effectively think about these shots as putts that I use a little more loft on.
Thank you.
I judge the speed well here, and all of a sudden, we've improved to 1 under on the back 9.
Thanks.
On the uphill par 3, I'll take 1 extra club to ensure that I carry the treble short.
Oh, stop fading. Now carry. Oh, carried.
It's a bit of a wipey fade,
Okay.
but the strategy pays off,
Yeah, it's back right, yeah.
and I'll have about 25 feet down the hill for birdie. I'm liking this one, but it slides just a hair low,
Thanks.
and I'll take par. The driver is really cooperating at this point, and here on 17, it's another good one down the middle, leaving a short iron in.
Thanks.
And staring into the sun on the approach, I'm just trying to align myself to a target before putting a smooth swing on it.
I lost it, but it felt good.
I knew I hit this one well, but it's offline.
Oh, flared it right.
My greenside scrambling has been good today, and this one's also pretty straightforward.
Oh, fringe boost.
But I would have liked to have done better than this one.
I go straight at it.
I'm committed to my line on this putt, and it's looking good,
Oh, thanks.
but I'll have to settle for just my second bogey on the back 9. Save for the 2 drives on the front, the driver has been putting me in position for most of the day, and on a short par 5 finishing hole, I'm hoping for just one more good one here. But lo and behold, Ugly Golf rears its head for the final time today.
That's off the golf course.
But as always, the key is not to lament it. That's what I've tried to emphasize in this video. It's not the ugly shots that matter, it's how you respond to them. The next shot is always the most important one. And in this case, the next shot is just fine. There's water protecting the green short left, and I'll defensively play against it just a hair. And for the final time today, it's an attempted greenside scramble for bogey. This effort's not altogether bad, and this would indeed be a scrappy bogey. But not quite. Oh well. Ugly golf happens, and with the right mindset, ugly golf works. Despite almost 1 bad shot per hole, I offset 4 double bogeys with 4 birdies today, and ultimately, a 79 on a day like this is just fine by me. I hope this is encouraging the next time you're playing ugly golf, because it's never too late to hunker down and try to salvage a score out of some ugly golf.